Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Colleen, and as you can see, I am restarting an island because I have another challenge I want to do. For a while, I had this idea that I wanted to just cook for bells, and the idea was pretty much just that. There wasn't anything kind of extra to it. But then there was, of course, the hardcore mode that was created by Nintentalk, and then I had seen an additional video on YouTube by, and I'm sorry if I really butcher this, by Fleur, and that one had the idea of cooking for bells, like farming, that sort of thing. So I've created some rules for myself here because I would like to be Chef Clem. So starting off very simply, I'm only going to be selling fruit, fish, produce, and food for bells. Non-native fruit and produce are limited to 20 each per day, and I can sell as much fish or cooked dishes as I want. Now this means I won't be selling any weeds, bugs, or other items, and I also won't be saying no to any villagers. So that means literally everything. If they want to move in, if they want to move out, if they want to play a game, all of it. Now I will be time traveling. I'm not going to use any treasure islands. And Nintendo Online is a toss-up because I am going to use it for some custom designs. I will make some though, I do promise. But of course, we have to do one of the most important parts here, which is choose a map. So I really need to prepare myself here. Whew, I was sweating. That was crazy. No, I actually did have to restart a few times before I found a map that I liked, but that time was very successful. And I just wanted to choose food because obviously that is super fitting for the challenge that I'm doing. So as we set up here to get to our new island, thank you again for checking out this video. If you haven't subscribed already, if you wanted to do that so you don't miss the upcoming videos of this challenge, I would really appreciate it. And I'm just going to enjoy this intro for a little bit, and I will meet you back in a few seconds. Alright, so we are arriving at our island. As you can see, I got peaches, which is very exciting. Well, it seems like it's exciting, right? A lot of people seem to be excited by the peaches. I think I got apples just so often when I was restarting that it just became a very big event for me. So I think I lucked out with my beginner villagers here, or my starter villagers. Got Phoebe and I got Samson. I don't think I've ever even had Phoebe before. You know what? I don't think I've had either of them. So here is to new beginnings. We're just going to chat with Tom Nook a little bit. And while I do, actually, I just wanted to explain, this isn't going to be the 30-day challenge that I did previously. I am going to take a little bit more of my time with this one because I just would like to slow down for a little bit. So that means I will be having a little bit longer episodes too, because A, I am not recording on my Switch Lite ever again. That was so difficult, it was so much work. But luckily, I'm just using my regular console, which means I do have more footage that I'm able to use. And hopefully you like the longer videos, and I'll try to keep them interesting, of course. I'll just do the most important things. I'm also contemplating streaming some of this because I think this sort of gameplay is fun for streaming because there's just the challenge to it, you know? So let me know if that is something that you might enjoy in the comments, although I might just do it anyways. Now, of course, we are starting out by placing all of our tents. I love how I was just saying that I'm slowing things down, and it's very clear that I am speeding up this process here. But placing the tents, I really did take my time, so you had been watching this for a while. In terms of the theme for the island, it is going to have to lean to farmcore, I think, because I'm going to have to cook so many things. But maybe I'll try to change up the theme a little bit so we can make it a little bit different. Again, if you have any ideas, please put them in the comments. I would really enjoy that. Any inspired builds that I could do from anyone watching the video would be super fun for me, so. So already running our errands for Tom Nook because of course we are. Now I swear, now I am kind of going into the future a little bit here, but once I moved forward one day and he was doing his intro, I swear it was different than what I've heard before. Because he's talking about the Nook Inc. wetsuit and if you want to go swimming and everything, and I just don't remember him doing that. Or is that just showing how quickly I used to zoom through all of that dialogue? Who knows? That does go to show though, I really am slowing down because I'm actively trying to read the dialogue more, and I'm realizing as I'm doing it that I don't remember anything from when I originally played the game and had to read it all. I'm such a good multitasker. He's so lucky to have me. So as always, we have the bonfire at the very end of the night. We get to choose our island name, which I definitely did not think about this beforehand, so it was a long time of me just sitting there trying to think of some food names that would go well as an island name. And I had just named the one that's on my Switch Lite, Cupcake, so I didn't want to use that one twice. My initial thought was Croquette, but I was like, there has to be something else. So I did go through some different name generators. It just was a whole process, and I ended up going right back to Croquette. Which I am actually very happy with that name choice, so I'm patting myself on the back for that one. Now, of course, everyone is going to be a huge fan of my ideas, so we'll just go straight forward to the little party that is after. You have to give Tom credit here. At least he told them that I was the one who put in the work to get the peaches. I feel like that is very important. Now when this comes up, listen to Samson's tambourine. He's perfectly on time. I'm so proud of him. I might throw in a rule too about gifting them only food items, but I'm still not sure because that's just going to fill up their house with a bunch of food, so I don't know if I want to do that. Here's me seeing that I almost made my first mistake on the very first day. I was picking up seashells to go sell them, and then I realized, oh, I don't think I can sell those. Now, I was eager to move along to the next day, quote unquote, so I'm just setting up my tent here, and I'm going to have a little snooze. There's just something so funny about them all calling me Chef Clem all the time. Like, it's not my nickname, it's my actual name that I set in game that I'm not going to be able to change at all. That's fine. So as always, we're just starting the day talking to Tom because we have to, and he's just going to be giving us our Nook phone, telling us how to use it, even though we say that we've used one before, and then we're just going to move forward so that I can learn some DIYs and start catching some fish. Because, again, all I'm going to be able to sell right now are peaches, fish, and if I go to any of the Nook Miles islands, whatever fruit is there. Which I'm pretty sure that for the first few, you don't get any of the different fruits. So, other than what we will get from Mom in the mailbox and from the coconut trees, that's what we got for now, until I'm able to cook. Oh, I'm just realizing how many fishing rods, and yeah, that's gonna be a lot. That's fine. We're here for the challenge. And the challenge right now is getting 5 branches. So that's pretty easy. We can do that. So after we get this fishing rod, we are set to start fishing and getting some fish that, well, we will have to put towards our museum plot first, but then we will be able to sell. Initially, I was going to make a rule of just selling them to CJ, but when I realized I only have peaches to sell right now, I changed my mind, and yeah. Yep, first try, missed. But the second try? Yeah, I had a lot of fun editing this video. I don't know if you could tell. But we did catch that second fish, as you can see. And moving forward, I was a little bit more lucky than that very first time, so that was nice. Although these river fish switch in their directions all the time really gets to me. So quickly here, we'll get our 5th fish, and we will head back to talk to Tom Nook. And I did edit it out because it just takes a long time, but of course, in between all of the things that I'm donating to him, he's upgrading some things, giving me some more DIYs, I believe. There was like some flower seeds, so I did still get those, don't worry. Then for the additional donations, of course, I had to speed it up. I just couldn't help myself. Now when I'm donating to Blathers once he gets here though, I do let him explain some things about some fossils and some other stuff. And it's quite interesting, actually. I remember when I very first was playing the game, I used to listen to it all the time, and then after I had heard almost all of it, I decided to stop. But now that I'm doing it again, it's so cool. I really appreciate that they put all of that stuff into the game. And while I was blathering along, you can see that he spoke with Blathers, so very, very fitting. And now we will place that plot. I feel like I always put the museum on the right front corner of the island. At least the last few times I definitely have. I should also mention, I am going to be upgrading the museum for this because I want to have Brewster. I think he fits the Chef Clem Island perfectly, and I really need his services here. I'm going to be just cooking all the time. I'm going to need the coffee. But as you could see, while I was talking, I was just collecting as many peaches as I could. I was trying to be a little bit strategic about it though. I'm not going to collect all of them on the first day because then I'm out of them for a couple days and that isn't very helpful, so. And then just getting my gifts from the villagers on the first day, which make sure you don't forget those because you need your denim cap and your leaf umbrella DIY, which I think those are consistent gifts. If I'm wrong, then I probably sound pretty silly. But I think the last few times that's what I've gotten, so. Same with those first DIYs on the beach. It's always the wooden mirror, isn't it? One of my friends, Opal, mentioned that on Twitter well, maybe a month ago at this point, but it kind of blew my mind. But anyway, while I sell my peaches, which I will be showing everything that I sell in these videos so that you can keep track of what I'm doing, but while I do this, I'm getting near the end of this first episode here, so again, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you wanted to so we don't miss any future videos of this series, I would really appreciate it. And as always, I hope that everyone has a wonderful day.